Hello everyone, Jul here. After making turn-based RPG games lists in the past, I thought maybe it's time to fresh things up a little bit with some new games. As you can see, turn-based RPG is a very wide genre, so I decided to not include the tactical RPG or turn-based strategy games since they will be in another video. I also included some of the games that released quite recently, just in case you missed it. Please note, I don't make this list with my verdict, since most of these games are not released yet. Alright then, let's get started.
We'll show you we have more than enough!
You've gotta be kidding me.
Like every other entry in the series, Trails from Zero has plenty going on in the world building, story writing, and character interactions. Combat in Trails from Zero is turn-based, with two special umbrellas of techniques to utilize, arts and crafts. Additionally, Turbo Mode is included in this release, drastically shortening any potential backtracking and replays. This feature has become somewhat of a staple in recent Trails entries, so seeing it implemented here makes the experience more approachable. I strongly recommend to play the Trails in the Sky series though before this one. Personally, I don't need to talk much about this one, because we all know that Persona games, especially 3, 4, and 5, are one of the greatest JRPG ever made. The good news is that now all of these games are soon available on most mainstream platforms, with better graphic quality, additional content, and better optimizations. Finally, anyone who have been waiting to play this series can finally enjoy it in its peak potential. For the King 2 is a sequel to the massively popular turn-based roguelike tabletop RPG. For the King 2 takes players to the land of Fahrul, where they attempt to defeat its tyrannical queen. The sequel will build on the original game's ideas, adding 4-player co-op to the blend of strategy, RPG combat, and roguelike elements. The more players play, the more items they can unlock for future playthroughs. Romancing SaGa Minstrel Song Remastered is an enhanced remaster of the PS2 remake of the original Super Famicom Romancing SaGa game. This new version has a lot of improved visuals, quality of life enhancements, and new content. The faster speed options, autosave, minimap, fast travel, and other additions makes me really wish other Square Enix remasters had this much attention. If you have played and loved all of the Utaware Rumona series, you are most likely going to love this game. The story is excellent and the world is brilliant. Sure, it has a basic JRPG style exploration, but I would say it was decent enough since exploration is not the main focus on this game. Battles are fairly standard, it's a turn-based mechanics with some twists and additional mechanics. To me, Monochrome Mobius is almost like the Legend of Heroes series, but with less combat and simpler gameplay mechanic. So if you are more of a story guy, then this game is a must-have. Marvel's Midnight Suns is an all-new turn-based RPG where you confront the darker side of the Marvel universe and live among its legends. The combat is similar to that of Slay the Spire. If you're looking for some Marvel XCOM-like, you'll be disappointed, but that's the most significant flaw I can think of. The character animations are excellent and do a fantastic job of capturing the characters. Marvel fans of all types will be delighted with Midnight Suns, which is a love letter to the spooky side of the universe.
I don't remember your face.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet merge the traditional Pokemon gameplay with the open-world elements. Exploration should be fun, and these games understands that entirely. Violet and Scarlet clear a path for free-form enjoyment as players work their way through a variety of challenges. There hasn't been a Pokemon experience to this scale, nor has a story branched in so many interesting ways. The gameplay is tight, the numbers of things to do and explore is immense, and it's simply a fun experience for newcomers with resounding depth for the veterans. Sea of Stars features gorgeous pixel art reminiscent of classic RPG titles, but with modern flair thanks to the lighting and art design. Sea of Stars combat is purely turn-based without any time bars. avoiding pressure in order to let the player make decisions at their own pace. Sea of Stars is a game that any and all classic RPG fans need to play. The combat has more than enough systems to keep it interesting, and it might be one of the prettiest pixel art RPG ever made. Like many other games of the genre, Chain Echoes bets on a medieval setting where kingdoms are involved in a plot of betrayals and political conspiracies. While the story may be familiar, the gameplay is where the game does a lot to set itself apart. It's up there with Shin Megami Tensei or Final Fantasy X system that lets you swap party members without losing a turn. Battles are turn-based and there are no random encounters. This has become more commonplace in modern JRPGs, but it's still a much appreciated feature, as I tend to find random encounters can spoil a game's flow.
Have it your way. We'll defeat you as many times.
Trails into Reverie plays similarly to the Trails of Cold Steel series, being a traditional JRPG with turn-based battles. It brings back features from the Trails in the Sky the Third, allowing to unlock side stories and mini-games accessible from the hub and new playable characters. However, this game is somewhat a final picture of what happened after Cold Steel series, so you are definitely need to play the Cold Steel series first before this one.
Floors Class 7 is here.
Unlike the prequel game Eiyuden Chronicle Rising, 100 Heroes is more akin to its spiritual predecessor, Suikoden. The player creates a party from a roster of over 100 characters. These characters are so distinctive to each other, each one having their own skills, attacks, stories, and personalities. Players therefore can create various parties all with their own strengths and weaknesses. This wide variety of party building will allow the players to create a party that fits their playstyle the most. Well, what do we got here? A Suikoden 1 and 2 remaster? Hell yes! I got pretty tired of having to play this masterpiece in the emulator, cause you know, resolution and stuff. Finally, now we can experience the game with better HD graphics, new pixel art animation, new soundtrack quality, fast track, basically every quality of life improvements that you could hope for. If you have never played these games before but always feel hesitant to play the series because it feels too old, well, this remaster is basically what you need.
You lead the pride of
In Octopath Traveler 2, players will embark on an exciting journey through the brand new world of Solistia. Players can look forward to following the journey of 8 distinct protagonists as they explore the land and conquer enemies in strategic turn-based battles. There are also new elements that will improve the experience, like day and night cycle, and new combat mechanics, and cross-path, which basically additional stories that will unfold between the protagonists as their journey progresses, further intertwining their narratives.
I'm terribly sorry.
Do you know what happened if One Piece decided to pull Adol's infamous abilities? You know how he always finds himself stranded after a shipwreck? Well, One Piece Odyssey is basically that. Separated from his crew, Luffy sets off on a grand new adventure to find his friends and escape the island. Gameplay for One Piece Odyssey is a mix of puzzles and dungeons with exploration and turn-based combat. Bandai Namco has also been hyping up a system it's referring to as the dramatic scene system, where unexpected scenarios can crop up anywhere. Trails to Azure is set a few months after the ending of Trails from Zero, so once again, don't bother to play this game if you haven't played the previous series, because all Trails series is deeply connected. I won't say much about the story to prevent any unnecessary spoilers, but it's still as amazing as any other Trails series. There are also some new gameplay features introduced by Trails to Azure, including burst, back attack, and even your own customizable car. Alright boys, I think that's it for today. I know that there are maybe other new turn-based RPG that I haven't mentioned yet, so how about sharing your best new turn-based RPG that probably deserve a spot in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss another grad list. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Peace!